Welcome to another episode of Black Renaissance. I'm your host, Christin Ayers. You know, we're always looking for new show ideas, so we want you to pitch them to us on our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/BlackRenaissanceKBCWtv. Now, today we're talking to an author of an African cookbook with a cooking show. But coming up, we also have two segments we previously recorded with Michael Eric Dyson. We talked to him about his book, The Black Presidency. First, though, an angel investor from Pipeline Angels. They're helping to fund for-profit ventures. And here to tell us more, please welcome Anita Nunes. Welcome, Anita.
Thank you.
So we've been having a great time just talking about the need for sort of education amongst women, both women investors and women starting up businesses, and just sort of connecting those two groups to get investment going. There was a national study out recently that sort of talked about the gap between female business owners and the venture capital that they receive. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, unfortunately, it's a little disconcerting that females definitely are one of the largest demographics starting their own businesses. And black females, I think it's grown over 300% since 1997. And they only receive 2% of the available funding that's out there for businesses, for new startups. And so what that means is that they, on average, get about $36,000, where males who are white get about $1 million per.
$36,000 versus $1 million.
$36,000 versus $1 million. So there is a very, very large disparity out there.
And Pipeline Angels is set up to sort of address that disparity and really to, it sounds like, educate women on both sides, both investors and business owners.
Correct. So Natalia, who's the CEO of Pipeline Angels, she started several years ago in New York, just bringing startups together, so female startups together, just to talk and have dialogue. How are you doing? What are you looking for? And it really created a large network, and she did. She grew it to over 2,000 women. Unfortunately, what kept coming up was, this is great, but we can't get funding. So the idea was, okay, good, we've got this great pipeline, 2,000 different women, all different really good startups we need. Let's go to these VCs. And the VCs were like, yeah, we don't really get it. We don't understand that. We don't really understand what you're trying to do.
And is that because these VCs tend to be mostly male?
Correct. So the majority of the venture capitalists that are out there are male, and the majority of them are white males that are out there. And that's been around for a long time. You're starting to see a change in that. And obviously, Pipeline's trying to help with that change so that we can invest in more of a diverse set of companies. So what she did was she brought all of these women together and said, all right, well, we're going to go ask women to invest in women companies, because there's a lot of women who have the finances to do that but don't know how to get into angel investing. And she started Pipeline Angels to bring those two networks together.
And so how do those networking opportunities work? It sounds like you guys do some sort of a boot camp to kind of bring everybody together.
Exactly. So what happens is that you send in your application, and Natalia actually has a one-on-one interview with you to ask you lots of questions, and then she brings a group of women together to make up what they call cohorts. And these women come from different areas: San Diego, Los Angeles, New York, Washington, D.C. She's spread over time. And what you do is you get in a room with some fantastic women. Usually there was 30 in my class, so I was pretty impressed with that. And we were trained for, several days on angel investing. We talked to angel investors. We talked to venture capitalists. All the different folks came in and spoke to us so we could get more comfortable. And then at the end of that process, you get a chance to have companies come in and pitch to you, female-owned companies, and we make the decision to invest in one of those companies as a group.
That must just be so empowering on both sides.
It was absolutely fantastic. It was so great to see so many women going out and starting companies on their own and taking that risk and that chance. But then it was really fun for me to be able to have the opportunity to listen to them and then get in a group with women again to make the decision on where we were going to put our funds. And these are, social impacting in a positive way companies. They're for-profit, which is a really big deal, and they're being run by women, and a lot of those women are black, which was very fun to do.
That's incredible. And we talked about sort of that for-profit aspect of it. A lot of times women are encouraged and really wind up spending their money going toward charity and that sort of thing, which is fantastic. But there's also this other, for-profit side that a lot of times I think people feel intimidated by or just aren't as educated about.
Correct. That is a big deal, and Pipeline really tries to say to people it's okay to do a for-profit company. Being socially aware doesn't mean that it should not make a profit, and that women should get more comfortable in taking those type of risks on both sides, investing in a riskier situation and also being a person that's starting those companies. It's just really the more bonding you can do with one another and the more conversations and the more networking, I think it makes people more at ease. And then it makes women want to do it more. They've got a tribe that understands them.
And would you say that, at least from what you've seen, that you see women business owners getting more opportunities or feeling like they're more heard or they have a better chance because they're talking to women who sort of understand, more about investing, but also understand maybe what their business is about a little more?
Oh, definitely. If you just take it from me personally, I didn't know that much about this. And just from me investing in a couple of companies, starting to talk to other women who now want to invest in the companies, that's just my network, right? So you quadruple that every single time somebody's out talking about it who's been a part of this. And then you get to hear some of the stories that really make you feel kind of bad about how the situation is out there. You try to always say it's okay and things are getting better, and then you'll have women who the VCs didn't want to listen to them. They said, do you have any males in your group when you pitch next time? One poor woman.
Exactly one of the reasons why we need groups like this.
Exactly. So you definitely need that, right? And so that people aren't surprised when the female's the CEO and the CFO and the CTO. It's a female group and we're okay with that.
How many people have you helped? How many companies have you helped so far?
So I've invested in 3 companies, 2 of which are out of Pipeline Angels, and 1 is a for-profit owned by males company out of Phoenix. So yes, I've had 3 so far, and I've only been doing this since October.
And Angel Investor or Pipeline Angels has helped how many groups overall?
It's helped about 20 companies, invested in about 20 companies, but it's growing really quickly. And definitely Natalia makes a big deal about looking for diversity even among females, because Black and Hispanics are still further behind than white females in this space.
And you guys have coming up a couple of different boot camps all over the country?
Correct.
Okay, all right. So we'll make sure and get people the website so they can look those up. Looks like in spring 2016 you've got a number of boot camps coming up. That's really exciting.
It is.
And it sounds like you guys are doing amazing work. Is there anything else you want people to know about what's coming up next for Pipeline Angels?
I just think go on the website, definitely take a look at it. If you have any interest at all in learning more about angel investing, or if you are an entrepreneur and you're thinking, how am I going to get funding? It's a great way to just get your feet wet in the pitch sessions, understanding what that means, what it takes to get out there. And it just gives you a great opportunity to expand your network. I think it's really important.
Okay, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it. Loved hearing about it. For more information about Pipeline Angels, you can log on to their website, as you heard there, pipelineangels.com. That's pipelineangels.com. We'll be back with more Black Renaissance after the break. That was 7 minutes.